Welcome back to another video on the channel, and we've got a tier list, and it's kind of player of the season all the way down to who is the best players, going down to who the worst players have been really. Um, I will do another one at this end of the year because obviously we don't know if we're going to win the Premier League or the Championship. Of what players need to go and stuff, but this is just like a small idea. Like for example, Rafinha needs to go next season, and he will go next season. But obviously he's been our best player this season. So into that, let's just get straight there. So we've got player of the season, done good, next season's squad player, need to see more, needs to go. Okay. So we'll just start with Mez there. I'm gonna put him straight into done good. I mean, probably been one of our better players this season, and the amount of goals we conceded has said a lot to say he's been one of our better players. But he saved us a lot more than what we could have conceded. Lucky I've got a mistake in him. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to, because that's more fun looking at next season. Not good enough. We can't have that for I'm just gonna put okay then. Solid actually. Solid. Yeah, anyways, on to Melia. Saved his lot, has got a mistake, but that's with his age. Do feel sorry for him. I've said this in a past video. That the club have let him down big time. Not with our goalkeeping coach being terrible. What I can tell, not having a career past, has experience on the pitch. And with that, we do not have an old goalkeeper, someone like Alex McCarthy or Randolph from West Ham. Just someone like that. But look, I think Melia's helped us as much as he can, but needed more help from the club, and the club have let him down. Clayson, obviously we saw him against Wolves and he did okay when he did come on. But obviously we saw 30-40 minutes of him. So I think Christopher Clayson needs to see more of. So putting him there is alright. Aylim, I'm going to change this actually. Not because this, when it's tagged that, it's more for next season. What we'll do at Thingy. And yeah, not good enough. Aylim, not good enough. Not last season he was solid. Didn't really make any mistakes. He was probably actually one of maybe our better players. But this season, yeah, he's out of his depth. And again, we should have recruited a right back in the summer and in January. But again, from the ownership, well, I won't go on too much in this video. Not good enough. Firpo needs to go. Absolutely terrible. One of the worst defenders I've ever seen playing in the Premier League. Cock. I feel sorry for Cock. He's played the majority of his time at CDM. We'll put him solid. I think that's fair. Cooper, done good. From what I've seen in the season, he's probably been our best centre back, and you can tell when he's not in the team because the defence just go to absolute pot. So I think done good's fine for him. Llorente, not good enough. You know what I think about Llorente. Terrible defender. I'm not going to put him next to Firpo because I don't think anyone can. Well, actually, I can see potentially one more player on here that can go next to Firpo. Dallas, solid. Just not been consistent enough. Obviously injured now. Won't be probably out for 7 months. Look, I feel bad for Dallas. This season he's kind of been like, he just fills where the spots have been. What was mainly being fullback because how bad this guy's been. I really want to see him in midfield, and when he does play midfield, he gets injured. So, like I said, I do feel bad for him. Got to put him solid though, because again, it's not been his amazing season. Strout solid. Put him next to Kaka. I think those two have had a very similar season. I mean, Strout's had some bad games this season, but he's better than Lorente. So, in fact, I'm going to put Clayson aside because I can't put not good enough because he's played 30 minutes. For sure, Mr. Injury Prone. Put him solid because when he did come in for those few little games, he did look good, and we went on a decent run with him in the team. So I think putting him solid is fine. Obviously, Rafinha, first half of the season up here. Second half of the season, I put him solid, but that just evens out to player of the season, and no one comes close. Harrison. Some people like Harrison. I like him, but he needs to get his head up more. He's not clinical enough. He doesn't shoot enough. I really, if someone can give me a stat of how many shots he's had this season, please tell me. I mean, he scored 6, 7 goals in the league, something like 6, 7 goals, something like that. But I mean, 3 of them was against West Ham in one game. Yeah, Pat Harrison's solid. Maybe some people put him here, but solid. Phillips, obviously been injured most of the season. Got to put him solid. Under Marsh, it's not worked yet. He does not fit this tactic at all. I think potentially this could be his last season. We saw after the game, sent autographs up till 11:30 from the Chelsea game. He's obviously a Leeds fan. He loves the club. Not been, just been non-existent since Marsh has come in. He's a Bielsa player, not a Marsh player. So I think that will take a couple of months for Marsh to really train him to be able to play in his way. And we're in a relegation battle now, so we don't have that time. Click, not good enough. Definitely not Premier League quality. Shouldn't be here next season. I love him. I love his personality, but not good enough. Shackleton. He's been injured most of the season. Hardly played. I put him solid because I think we've seen a few times earlier on in the season, but can't put anything less than that. Same with Bamford. Hardly seen him, but when he has played, 2 goals, 2 assists, made an impact. You can definitely tell when he is in the team and when he's not. Roberts, he was the other needs to go player. In fact, I'm just going to change because again, that's just thinking. All right, but we'll use awful is the word. Yeah, these 2 not good enough. Rodrigo. I'm going to stick him in solid because he has scored quite a few goals for us. He does go missing in big games against the big teams. He does do well against teams around us there. And that's where most of his goals have come from this season. James, 25 million, it's not good enough. I'll put him next to Harrison because I do rate James and his effort, but I mean, if we put him under price, it's not good enough or awful on it, but as a player, he's been alright. Gelhardt, done good of what he's been able to do. He's got 2 goals, 1, 2 penalties, got an assist. In big games as well. Maybe not again. Well, Chelsea was a big team, but that last-minute goal against Norwich. So done good. Somerville solid, hardly played, injured till end of season. Just our luck now. Just our luck for us and for him because now James is out for the rest of the season. You'd think Somerville potentially would have more of a role, but because he's injured, he won't. Cresswell solid. He's been decent whenever he's played, and for me, miles better than Lorente, and I want to see him more drama. Obviously, went out on loan to Thingy whenever he did play, which I'm solid. He did look maybe a little bit risky, but I think solid. Obviously, He's gone into Cardiff halfway through the season and won Player of the Season there. So I think we could have benefited with him for the second half, but there we go. Sam Greenwood, solid. Marsh does seem to like him. Brings off the bench quite a bit. You can play in a number of positions of centre mid, cam, and striker. So I think that's fine. So Bate didn't have the greatest game, but tried very hard. Hjelde, solid whenever he's come in. I want to see him over Firpo in that left back role for these final 2 games of the season. And who is that? Is that McCarron? I actually can't tell. His top of his head's chopping off. I'm just gonna put aside because it's obviously one of the youth players. Or is it McKinstry maybe? God knows. God knows. But yeah, that is my players of the season and down. Kind of. I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, peace.